Thanks for joining us. I'm Jada Jenkins. Here's a look at some of the stories we've been covering for you today.
I'm Jacob Daniels, and national businesses are popping up all along Corpus Christi's south side. And coming up, why some neighbors say it's a step in the right direction, and others say the city still has some catching up to do.
And the DPS has some advice for commuters as neighbors get ready to kick off a new school year. KRIS 6 News in your neighborhood starts right now.
Connecting you to your community. This is KRIS 6 News in your neighborhood.
We're still several months away from heading to the polls for the midterm elections, but here at home, things are already heating up. Here at home, the mayor's seat and seats for all 8 city council members will be on the November general election ballot. Tomorrow is the start of the filing period for anyone who wants to run for city office. People who are interested in running for any of those seats can pick up candidate packets at the city secretary's office. Now, there is a $100 filing fee, and candidates will have from Monday, July 20th to Monday, August 17th to pay that fee and complete the filing process. A bond proposal will also be on the November ballot. And if you're not registered to vote, the deadline to register is Monday, October 5th. How we select our council members and how long they serve could also be on the November ballot. On Tuesday, the City Council is scheduled to discuss an ordinance to place city charter amendments on the November ballot. Some of those amendments include increasing city council terms from 2 to 4 years. Other proposed changes are staggering council terms and increasing the salary for the mayor and council members. Now, another proposed change is increasing the number of registered voters required to initiate a removal process and increasing the required vote for removal of city council members. Council members Carolyn Vaughn, Kaylin Paxson, and Gil Hernandez asked for this discussion to be placed on the agenda for this week's meeting. Parts of Central Texas and the Hill Country are finally getting a break from the deadly rain that hit those parts of the state last week. All that rain caused devastating flooding that claimed at least 2 lives. Nearly 1 trillion gallons of water fell in places like Zavala, Uvalde, and Kerr County. First responders rescued more than 200 people in the flood zone. That number includes stranded drivers and people trapped in homes. Many of them are still underwater. A massive cleanup operation is beginning in areas where the floodwaters have begun to recede. Hundreds of giant border buoys intended to deter migrant crossings on the Rio Grande were stripped loose by floodwaters earlier this week. A total of 620 buoys were set adrift by the rising waters, and most were captured by Friday afternoon, but 120 of those buoys were still floating down the Rio Grande and toward the International Bridge in Laredo. The bridge had to be temporarily shut down on Thursday. Now, these buoys, they're massive. Each is about 15 feet long and weigh about 1,000 pounds.
Do not try to get any of the debris, any of the buoys. As you do see them floating down the river, but they are on water, so do not put yourself in danger, because then you put also yourself and you put first responders in danger.
The city of Laredo is coordinating with the federal government on the removal of the buoys. People are not the only ones getting rescued from the Texas flooding. Their pets are too, and Utah animal shelters are trying to help. A plane full of dogs and cats landed in Salt Lake City, Utah on Friday. Alex Cabrero has more.
Sometimes hope doesn't sound very big, but today it sounded like this. After a flight from Texas, 90 dogs and cats arrived in Salt Lake City.
Aww.
They weren't victims of the flooding in Texas, but coming here to Utah makes room for those animals who are.
They had quite a few animals in their shelter, and so we helped empty out their shelter so that they can then help the areas in Texas that are exposed to the flooding.
For Amy Kohlbecker, helping doesn't stop at state lines. So when Best Friends Animal Society got the call, they answered.
It's been amazing to see how many people have stepped up.
From unloading at the airport to bringing them to their temporary home. Volunteers worked on settling nervous dogs and frightened cats, no matter what it took.
I mean, it's for the animals. I mean, they're just like the most helpless population. They can't advocate for themselves. Somebody else has to advocate for them. So that's something I'm really happy that I can do.
Some needed a vaccination or two. Others just needed a place to rest after such a busy day. Either way, someone was there with a gentle hand waiting.
It's a lot of hard work, but it's also very rewarding.
For now, these dogs and cats have food, medical care, and people who already care about them. All that's left is for someone to call them family.
Just like everybody coming together to help them, and it gives me chills actually talking about it.
Hey there, meteorologist Chris Malva here. We hit 94 degrees today in Corpus Christi, but over the next coming days, those temperatures are going to more so represent this record high of 100 set back in 2023. We're going to be experiencing those temperatures in some neighborhoods in that triple-digit mark, but here in Corpus Christi, I think we're going to see more of those upper 90s over the next couple days. But headed through the morning hours, going to be around 80 degrees, quickly warming up to the lower 90s, but I think we'll have a decent shot at getting to the mid to upper 90s by the later part of the day. Futurecast pretty much staying quiet for the most part. The big story really being all of that heat and the humidity, seeing some of the hottest days we've seen here recently. But I'll tell you ahead how the tropics might influence our forecast ahead.
CCISD students still have just under a month left in their summer break, but a few other districts are already starting their new school year. Toledo Midway ISD began its school year this past Wednesday. On Monday, London ISD and Driscoll ISD students head back to school for the start of their new school year, and that means law enforcement agencies will be keeping an eye out for speeders and distracted drivers. Cell phone use while driving isn't the only distraction law enforcement will be looking for.
Driving your kids to school in the morning and having a conversation with them, and that kind of takes your focus off the roadway. That could be a distraction too. So people, drinking their morning coffee or having breakfast in the car, again, also examples of distractions. And so we just got to, when we're behind the wheel, we've got to keep our focus on the task of driving, especially when we're in and around those school zones.
One of the biggest things the DPS and other law enforcement agencies see is drivers who don't stop for school buses. State law says all drivers must stop when a school bus is loading or unloading children. The start of a new school year also means the start of Operation Supply Our Students. Chris 6 News and the United Way of the Coastal Bend are teaming up once again to provide free school supplies to children in need. Last year, we collected supplies for more than 20,000 students. 43 public school districts in 10 Coastal Bend counties received school supplies thanks to your donations. This year's Operation SOS kicks off tomorrow. Watch Chris 6 News beginning at sunrise to find out how you can help.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and Corpus Christi's South Side may be in the middle of a business boom. Now the question is, how do you and other folks in the community feel about it?
Drive down Saratoga Boulevard these days and you'll see it. Construction crews, new signage, brands that used to mean to drive to San Antonio or Houston. But that's all changing and fast. City leaders have called the South Side one of the fastest growing corridors in Corpus Christi. I sat down with the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce, who says it's no accident and it's about more than just new restaurants.
Those major brands or staples are recognizing the power, the retail power that Corpus Christi has.
Arola says national chains aren't just serving Corpus Christi residents, but the entire region.
Anytime you see further retail expansion or residential growth, that's feeding the tax base, whether you're talking about property tax or sales tax, and so that's a good thing for our infrastructure.
And you can see it playing out across the South Side right now. Notable names like Crumble Cookie, which opened its first Corpus Christi location June 10th at the Shops at La Palmera. We saw a line wrapped around the building that day. Dutch Bros is next, set to open in September on Saratoga, and just up the road, a $4 million yard house is almost completed. I went onto the streets to find out what you think, and for some, the excitement is simple.
And it feels like Corpus is finally becoming to the spot that everybody wants it to be, right? Like, we all know the community is great. We all know Corpus is like a wonderful hotspot across Texas. And so it's nice to finally see that we're getting the recognition we deserve.
And others want to see the growth move faster.
As somebody who has been a military wife for 23 years, I think that Corpus is very much behind every other place that we've ever been stationed.
Mendel says she's still waiting on the basics like more affordable grocery options.
People have been for years begging for Trader Joe's, for Whole Foods, for Costco, for Aldi, which is very low price compared to even H-E-B and Walmart.
From Crumble to Dutch Bros to the
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I spent the afternoon with 11-year-old Camila Nino and her family. Just a few months ago, Camila was a competitive athlete who spent her days playing jiu-jitsu, basketball, and getting ready for flag football. Then one headache changed everything. Now, her family is sharing their story, hoping other parents know a stroke can happen, even to a child. When I walked into 11-year-old Camila Nino's room, the first thing I noticed was how much love surrounded her. A banner made by friends, a Jesus plush toy, crosses, and a smile that looks just a little different these days. She's feeling better, but she's still working to regain the strength she lost after suffering a pediatric stroke.
I don't remember much, but I do remember I was in my pre-athletics class and I had the worst headache of my entire life. It felt almost as if somebody was squeezing my head.
Just hours before, the Calallen middle schooler was doing what she loved most, competing in jiu-jitsu, playing basketball, and getting ready for flag football. Her family says they never imagined a child could have a stroke.
She was loud and rambunctious and, talkative and never bit her tongue. Still doesn't bite her tongue very much.
No.
But
that big personality is still there. These days, it's just showing up in physical therapy, where every stretch, every step, and every exercise brings her one step closer to the sports she loves. And throughout her recovery, one of her biggest cheerleaders has been her older sister and teammate, Callie.
She never gave up, even on the hardest days.
Callie and older brother Caden made sure they visited their little sister in the hospital every day, so she never felt alone. Now, the Nino family is sharing Camila's story, hoping other parents know a stroke can happen, even to a child.
I'm really proud of myself.
Love you.
Camila has already been cleared to return to pre-athletics this school year, and her family says they have no
Hey there, Coastal Bend. Happy Sunday. This is meteorologist Chris Malva here. It's time to check in on the tropics on what is likely to be, or soon to be, Tropical Storm Bertha headed into Monday morning. Right now, it's a pretty unorganized cluster of showers and thunderstorms that's just sitting off the coast of Florida, but it's starting to begin to get its act together. You kind of see here, it's where that area of broad low pressure is, and you kind of notice as we head more towards Wednesday, kind of start to see some resemblance of an eye starting to form of the storm. Current forecast and model projections have this becoming a tropical storm, not a hurricane, which is good news, but of course, we'll let you know if that changes over the next couple of days. And this has kind of been a bit of a messy forecast, but we know with this system, this area of tropical development could bring tropical storm force winds up into portions of the Florida Panhandle on Monday. So that's why NHC has already gone ahead and issued tropical storm watches and warnings all the way out from Escambia County down to Franklin County over near the panhandle area of Florida. So those are already in effect in the meantime, and the NHC will likely go ahead and issue more of those warnings in the coming days. But let's kind of break down why the models are having trouble deciding where this system's going to go. So generally speaking, a lot of the models are kind of hopping onto the idea that this system will kind of make that westward trajectory across the Gulf. But there's a couple factors at play. Well, the main thing steering this area of low pressure is this very dominant ridge of just high pressure with that clockwise flow. It's kind of helping this system to usher its way over to the west. But another thing that could actually make this either fall apart, and some models are thinking this could happen, it's actually this cold front up here that's going to be making its way through the mid-Atlantic, and that could hinder this system from making it all the way to the west. But again, the track is still uncertain. We're going to continue to watch this over the next couple days, and of course we'll keep you updated as far as soon to be Bertha. But another thing at play could have, the Saharan dust could even help us out a little bit, but we'll just have to wait and see because it does kind of diminish a little bit towards Wednesday. But you'll notice some more hazy skies to look forward to. We also got some river flooding to look out for. Over at the Frio River at Tilden, expected to crest at 27.8 feet. And same thing with the Nueces River, 22.1 feet. That is the major flood stage. And with this, if you live near this river, you're going to have to make those plans to evacuate, because when we hit that major flood stage, a lot of those roads become impassable, could damage crops, could even impact your home. So make sure to start planning ahead if you live out in that area. Already got those flood warnings in effect here along the Frio River, and you can see even going into Choke Canyon. So a lot of that rain we saw over the past week or so is going to try and make its way over here, but it's
back to school shopping season is underway, but it's not just about loading up on school supplies. For many families, a big chunk of the budget actually goes toward clothes and shoes. Scripps News Group consumer reporter John Matteries shares smart ways to save on back to school fashion this year, so you don't waste your money.
Fresh sneakers, new t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Every parent knows that kids want to head back to school in the latest styles, but putting together that school wardrobe doesn't have to drain the wallet. The back-to-school sales are on. We found mom of two, Regina Taylor, stocking up at Walmart.
A couple of little outfits, cute little shoes.
Manager Jana Hill says a lot of prices match or even beat last year's deals.
$12 dresses, some sweatpants at $10.98.
Even gym shoes are under $25.
These are just a couple options of the shoes that we have. Those are on sale $24.98.
At Kohl's, manager Cooper Osborne says parents will find major markdowns on teen clothing, from denim shorts for $14.99 to t-shirts priced at just $5.99.
It's just really incredible that you can get a shirt here for under $6.
The savings site Retail Me Not says 48% of back-to-school shoppers plan to buy clothing and shoes this year, more than school supplies, backpacks, or electronics.
So the teacher is giving you that supply list, but then nobody's giving you a clothing list, probably besides your teens.
Retail Me Not Stephanie Carl says focus on what kids need right now. A few outfits, everyday basics, and shoes that fit. Then hold off for end-of-season markdowns later.
You don't need to buy the entire school year in one trip.
Another savings route, buying secondhand from stores like Once Upon a Child. Shoes and name brands there can cost a fraction of the original price.
Hey everyone, I'm Drew Bishop, and picking up trash is everyone's responsibility. I met one local couple who's doing their part in a unique way.
Before the sun rises,
Elvira and Joe Villanueva are scouring Airline Road, not looking for treasure, but searching for trash.
At the beginning, when we started picking up the cans, there were some people telling us, man, you guys are crazy.
But what may seem crazy to some has become routine for the pair. Every morning for 21 years, the Villanuevas wake up at 5 a.m. and canvass their neighborhood, looking for stray cans to collect for money and cleaning up trash along the way. It was 2005 when their doctor said they needed to walk more because of high blood pressure. But early on, the couple discovered that walking just to walk wasn't their speed.
And I thought, this is no fun. And so we would see a can here, a can there, and I thought, okay, let's pick up cans. And since then, we do this, you know.
After over 2 decades of trash pickup, they've made some friends along the way.
That's another one. Good morning. That's another one. Another person that knows us.
But their biggest supporters are a hungry group of cats outside St. Pius Church.
One comes out, then the other one. We call it, oh, there's our little gang. And they start coming out, and they meet us. You know, they go maybe like
Okay, now this was easily the highlight of my entire day. Hundreds of people lined the beach on North Padre Island to watch the Texas Sea Life Center release several rehabilitated sea turtles back into the Gulf. It's the center's 3rd public sea turtle release of the year, and the crowd was just as excited as the turtles were to get back into the water. One little girl I met told me she'd been waiting for a moment like this.
I always wanted to go to something like this because I've seen this kind of stuff on like animal rescue things. So I'm really excited.
After being rehabilitated, the sea turtles finally made their way home with cheers from everyone watching. And just when you thought it couldn't get any cuter, organizers even came out in a sea turtle costume to send them off.
Hey there, Coastal Bend. I think we got a pretty warm day on deck for us here across the Coastal Bend and the Coastal Plains. We'll be waking up to temperatures already in the 80s, but we're going to continue to warm up through the mid-afternoon hours. I think we'll have a shot to even hit the upper 90s throughout the day, especially around that 3 to 5 p.m. hours when you're going to want to look out for some of those very warmer temperatures out there. So if you're caught outside, just make sure to be drinking water throughout the day, and make sure if you're headed to the beach as well, just apply that sunscreen while you're